Monday the 12th.
If you play guitar, drums, or you can sing, come Monday the 12th at 6 o'clock.
So if you don't want to come and be in our worship band, then this is what'll happen. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Let your worship let me go.
Hey guys, I'm here to do a little review of Brad's message last week, Duck, Duck, Goose. This is where he was talking about God came and he picked you, he chose you, he tapped you on the head and said, Goose, come follow me, come walk the way I walk, come, chase after me, and I'm going to use you in this world. And the ducks were the people who would sit on the sidelines and just kind of watch what was happening and, not really be a part of the game in reality. They're just the ones either cheering or booing on the sidelines. And I really don't want to be a duck. I want to be the goose. I want to be the person who follows hard after Christ and is in the game, so to speak. So, part of this message when Brad was preaching really brought up a memory that I have from when I was about your guys' age. We went to a camp and I had this verse spoken over me, and it's been always in my heart and always in the arsenal of my promises that God has given me. And I wanted to share it with you guys because not only when Brad was preaching did it come up, but it also came up in my Bible study this week. Our women's Bible study, Beth Moore, was talking about kind of the same thing. So here it is, Isaiah 61. It says, "The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings to the poor. He has sent me, Goose, to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to those who are bound." Good verse. So now to the Beth Moore commentary on this. It says, read Isaiah 61:1, which we just did, and take notice of the active verb in verse 1. He has sent me. The Hebrew word for sent is shalak, not the nail polish. I'm probably mispronouncing it. It's Hebrew. I don't know. But the word shalak meant to shoot forth. So it says, John 3:17. We all know John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, right? So John 3:17 tells us God gave us his Son for the salvation of people by sending him into the world. Sending, shoot forth into the world, like an arrow. You see, God only had one arrow in his quiver. There's a verse, and I'm pretty sure it's in Proverbs, where it talks about blessed is the man who has a quiver full, and it's talking about children. So blessed is the man who has lots of children because they're your heritage. They love you, you love them. Kids are great. So blessed is the man who has a quiver full. Well, God only had one son. He only had one arrow to shoot forth from his quiver. So here we go. The most perfect arrow ever to exist. This arrow was a masterpiece, priceless to him, cherished far above all the hosts of heaven. Nothing could compare. His only heritage, his only son. But as God looked on a lost world, desperate, needy, and in the clutches of the enemy, his heart was overwhelmed. Though we sinned miserably against him, and few sought him, God could not love us less. Love reached sacrificially into the quiver and pulled out this solitary arrow. The quiver would now be empty. His cherished arrow in the hands of a hateful man. Yes, God so loved the world, but God also loved his begotten Son with inexpressible divine affection. The divine dilemma, two loves, and one demanded the sacrifice of the other. Only one weapon could defeat the enemy of the soul, God's arrow, Jesus. He positioned the weapon, pulled back the bow, steadied his grip, aimed straight for the heart. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger. Luke 2:7. Can you just picture that for a second? Here's the world who's demanding a sacrifice to be brought back into the family of God. And here's Jesus and him. And he's like, son, you gotta go. And Jesus is like, you know what, Dad? I want to go because I want us to be a whole family again. Jesus knew that he was the only way that we would be brought back into relationship with God. He knew the only way that we could be in the game is if he came down to earth. So here's God with his arrow, his only son, shot it straight down for us. It also talks about how this arrow is a healing arrow that penetrates the heart. You know, like Cupid's arrow, make you fall in love. We just did Valentine's Day. But Jesus, God's arrow, penetrating our heart and healing any broken heart, any pain that you've had in the past, Jesus can heal. And he does that after you start following him. After he taps you on the head and says, "Goose," and you say, "I'm running after you." There's a good song that says that. I just don't want you guys to take for granted the awesome power we have within us. I don't want you guys to take for granted the sacrifice that Jesus made for us and sit on the sidelines and just be a duck. Because that's not what he came for. He didn't come out of heaven. Could you imagine leaving heaven? I picture heaven where you eat Ben & Jerry's all day long and don't gain a pound. That is heaven. But it's so much better than what I can imagine. And to leave that to go to like a third world country. Because even our nicest part here would be like scum to Jesus. And he said, yeah, I'm going to go. Because I want my family back together. I want them whole. I want these people to know their Father again. He did that for you. So don't waste it sitting on the sidelines cheering or booing. Be in the game. Duck, duck, goose. I love you guys. I hope this helped. And I will see you guys in a minute, in real life. Love you. Bye. Hey guys, I'm about to go witness to Brad. Hold on. Or somebody. Random. I don't know. Hold on.
Hello!
Would you like to know Jesus?
Would I like to know Jesus? Yes, I would.
Would you like to know how to share Jesus with the world?
I would love to know how to share Jesus about the world. See, many of you have that question. Many of you enter into a series and a time where you say, how do I share the gospel? Well, we're going to be presenting a new tool and a new avenue called Be the One that you can come sit in on a 6-week course with us and learn how to share the gospel in a way that suits you and is better for you. Take a look at these screens up top and you'll see Be the One.